We're live and we're about to get started right
We're
now.
here.
Let's go.
Hey, what's up, bro? How you been? I heard you was on a show called Reasons. What's that?
Hey, fat boy, what's up, man? Saw you on this show, Reasons, with this guy named Fuel. Yeah, I was thinking about watching it, but like, I need some reasons to watch it. So, like, what are your reasons?
You have 0 new messages.
Yo, got some information.
Yep.
They asked me, what should we do? Let's give it to him. Let's do it.
From Dallas to LA. From KC, Florida to LA. We watch Reason, and it starts now.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Reasons on Fire Thursdays, baby. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Few.
Fat boy in the building. You already know what type of time we
Fat
on.
boy,
We
you
are
freezing
here.
on me?
You hear me?
It's like if you started freezing on me again. I don't know. It was a lot of on this intro this time, man. I don't know what's going on today, y'all, with the internet. What's up, D Johnson? Appreciate you tapping with you. What's up with you? We got my food down. I ain't supposed to be eating.
Yeah, you over here eating on camera,
For some
man.
reason, before the show, I get more hungrier than anything. But we got a lot going on. Y'all can see we talking about dating when you're still becoming. We're gonna let y'all know what that means. We're gonna break it. We also got, of course, history of blackness, history of blackness
Sir.
with my man Fat Boy in the house.
We
We
here.
got a dear brother and sister this week, dog. And it's more of a
We got a
letter.
dear
The brother
sister,
and sister, y'all wanna- yeah. So y'all want to stay tuned for that. Y'all definitely don't want to miss that or whatever. So let's get all right. Jump on to it, man. Dating when you no. I'm tripping.
We got a
what's
video.
up, Picnics in the house?
We got history and blackness. What you doing, man?
Yeah. I got a lot doing. I got a lot. But yeah, before you get into that, man. Of course, we always talk about a few things that's going on in the world, whatever. And my those that are over there in the Middle East, man, families that are being bombed, innocent people over there, condolences to people that have family here and there or whatever, for that. It's some crazy stuff going on. You guys keep following the news and not be not ignore what's going on. It's a lot of stuff going. So although we don't get too much into the politics ends of things, we still recognize what and still see what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Like you said. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like you said, man, my condolences as well, man, to everybody out there in the Middle East going through these wars and bombings, man. My prayers go out to the families, to the children, to all lives are lost, and you just see people that just are living in it as well. I think that a change needs to come to where lives don't have to be lost for change to actually happen. So I think that just a moment of silence and just my condolences and love and respect to everybody in the Middle East who've been
Yes, sir.
in the Middle East and America who's been affected and impacted by these events.
Right. Shout out to Talia B. Lawhorn. I hope I said your name right. You said to give you a shout out. You hit that subscribe button. Hit it now, baby. Give it to me. Give
What's
it to
up,
me now.
we need it. Yeah, we need that.
I know, right? You can officially send donations to your streamer. But yeah, work that out. We can get it out.
Yeah, send it to
right,
me.
man.
Send it to us.
I know, right? Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna. Now that we're monetizing everything, is we get a lot of people that's trying to get work with us and stuff like that or whatever, advertising and all that stuff. Join, thank you for your patience. Thank you. That's what's up, man. Appreciate it. I don't know where to start at, Fat Boy. What do you want? You want to get the want to do the history of blackness or what? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? It's on you, dog. What do you want?
What was the video you had? Was it
well, the video kind of coincides with the main topic.
All right, well then let's just jump into the history and blackness. That's fine.
All right.
You ready?
Heard him. History and blackness with Fat Boy. We gonna get it on started. Let's go.
Got me in the comments. I looked at the comments. I said, "What?" All right,
that?
today we got a segment of history. I have no clue, brother.
No.
Today we have we monetize now, I guess. Welcome to History and Blackness, or welcome to the segment of History and Blackness. I am, of course, Fat Boy, and today we'll be talking about somebody special, Lewis Lattimore. Today, once again, we'll be honoring Lewis Lattimore. He was born September 4th, 1848, and he passed away December 11th, 1928. He's an inventor, engineer, and draftsman whose brilliance helped power the first modern world. Born in Chelsea, Massachusetts, to parents who had escaped slavery in Virginia, Lattimore grew up during a time of intense racial discrimination. Despite limited formal education, he taught himself mechanical drawing and drafted skills that would place him at the center of some of the most important technological advancements of the 19th century. Lewis Lattimore played a critical role in the development of the electric light. While working with Hiram Maxim and later alongside Thomas Edison, Lattimore improved the carbon filament used in light bulbs, making them more durable and affordable for widespread use. He also contributed to drafting the patent drawings for Alexander Graham Bell's telephone, helping secure one of the most transformative patents in communication history. Lattimore eventually became the only Black member of Edison's elite engineering team, known as the Edison Pioneers. Beyond his technical achievements, Lattimore authored one of the first books on electric lighting and dedicated himself to mentoring young engineers. His life stands as proof that Black intellect has always illuminated innovation, even when history attempted to dim its recognition. This is History and Blackness, where we honor the minds that spark progress and lit the path forward. Lewis Lattimore reminds us that our brilliance has always powered the future, even when the credit was not equally shared. Keep building.
That's what's up. History and Blackness with Fat Boy, baby. You know what? I did have another, but I didn't bring it up, whatever. And we just got History Month is finally over. You know what I'm saying? Black History
What is this?
period is never over because we've helped create
Yeah.
a lot around. Mr. Steve Bono. You got to wait 10 months to teach Black History? No, not on this show. We actually
Absolutely.
teach
Now on
Black
this show, we
history
teach it every
through
week.
The whole year, every week. So we're gonna get a little
Yeah, we
bit
teach it
every
weekly,
week, you know what I mean?
brother.
So
Yeah.
that's right. What's up, D? Thank you. Appreciate you. But yeah, man. So that's the thing, man. It's just like we are so we've done so much, you know what I'm saying, so much in this world or whatever, that it has to be taught throughout the year, not just, Black
Not
History
just in
Month,
one
you know,
month.
and that's what we do. If you want to get a little bit of something, to take home or whatever, then always tune in with us every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, that is. It was only that first now. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, man. So this is like my favorite topic. I don't know why, what I'm saying, but I guess because I'm dating now or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I guess because, I'm in that phase of haven't actually, got settled down yet. And I just don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But dating when you're still becoming, says a lot. It says a lot of trying to have some sort of perspective on how to actually be with someone now when you're trying to, so Fat Boy, go, man, let them know, man. Let but two, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and start it off, man. Dating.
I got you.
When you're still
dating when you're still becoming. Can you actually build something stable when you're trying to figure yourself out? That's the question that I want you guys to answer for yourselves today.
Say that again.
Is it great? I gotta go. I said, can you actually build something stable while you're still figuring yourself out? That is the question that I want everyone to ask themselves while we do this show. The number one thing that we want to address is incomplete self-identity. It is very important that we don't start dating before defining our core values. I think if you do not do this, right, the moment that you get into a relationship, you do two things, right? You avoid red flags and you kind of participate in delusion, right? Because you don't set clear, you don't have your own views, you don't know what you are looking for, one, so you'll go for anything, and then two, you're more susceptible to fall in love, right, with surface level things, right? Because you don't have the true core values in yourself and represent those things yourself. Now I have a question. I'm gonna turn this one into a question. You can't hear me?
For some reason, you're going in and out again, Fat Boy. What's the question?
My question will be for you is that do you think that you can shape your identity around your partner?
I don't know what's going on today. Everything is sounding choppy as shit. I'm even hearing motorcycles and shit. What the hell? Give me a question again, because for some reason you're going in and out, and I don't know what's happening here on this end.
Because you fuzzy on my end too. The question was,
yeah.
Do you think that you can sharpen? Right? Can you hear me? Do you think that you can sharpen you can sharpen your identity around your partners? So do you think you can sharpen your identity around someone else's?
Only if that person is supportive of what you're doing, I think. You know what I mean? Like, I can only sharpen it better if I get that boost everywhere somebody is in my corner. you know. And even though sometimes you have people that are in your corner, for a short term and short time, still helps, it still helps sharpen that, you know what I mean? So which is a good thing as well, So I say you can do that. You can do that, but if you don't have that other at least a little bit in your corner, while you're dating them, then you're gonna have problems, at least going the long term anyway.
Absolutely, Fuel. Absolutely. I also think that if you're not willing, because I think that this is a two-part thing, I think that you have to be willing in some point to shape your identity around your partners. Not saying lose your identity in your partner, but being able to shape and mold your identity around them. Because what I think a lot of times when we enter into relationships, a lot of times when we are in relationships, we think that it's settling, right? Or we think that a person is trying to control us when they bring agree with the behavior of ours. So this kind of goes with shaping with your identity around your partner, because what you're used to, right, and what's been good for, what's been working for you, may not work for your partner. And so if you care, like you said, enough about your partner, then you will want to kind of shape and mold your identity around your partner, right? Because you will want them to be susceptible to you and vice versa.
Right.
I got more. I think this one is huge. This one is huge, big dog. This one is huge. I think a lot of times in relationships, right? And this is in most relationships. This is platonic and romantic. I think a lot of times we seek validation over alignment. We do that in a lot of things in our lives, right? Instead of aligning ourselves with someone, kind of like I said, shaping ourselves, aligning us with someone that has like-minded values, or or core values as us, we seek for validation from our partner, right? However, the validation should come within, right? You should be able to validate yourself, and you shouldn't be seeking for any validation outside. But what you should be looking for is someone that aligns with the way that you think. Now, I think that can also be tricky, because you don't want to align yourself with someone that thinks like you totally, right? You want someone, you want to choose someone, right?
If you have alignment with the person, of course that's in, and then the validation is like you want validation, you know what I'm saying? But you shouldn't have to feed off of their validation. You know what I mean? It's like you can want them, to validate or whatever, because you just kind of want that boost, or you just want that confidence. You want them to have your back or whatever. But you don't have to. If you use that as something that you have to have or that you need, then you're setting yourself up for disappointment. You know what I mean? So I do think seeking the validation over alignment is a thing that they can actually not so much expect, but to have to actually help boost that relationship or whatever.
Absolutely. And I wanted to kind of touch on something you said too. I think
at least that's my opinion.
Absolutely. No, I want to say I totally agree, Fuel. I also think that you want to be careful, though, of aligning with someone that totally agrees with you, right? You want to date someone that's the yin to your yang, because, like you say, it's a level of challenge in there. And it makes you go outside of yourself, which then, like you say, that is also a way of making you better, right? Because they challenge your status quo. They challenge what you think is the right way and kind of give you another way to do it. And so we definitely, in dating, right? if we want to have a complete identity, right, we definitely want to watch. We definitely don't confuse alignment with getting along with everything that I say, right? We don't want to confuse
right.
Alignment with going along with everything I say, because then that is not alignment. That is a yes person, right? We want someone to align with us in the way that we think. We also want people to challenge us in our thinking.
You definitely want
in the right
someone that's
time,
going
in
to
the right spaces.
Yeah, you definitely want somebody that's going to challenge you, or you know, but you don't want someone that's going to constantly bring you negativity, you know what I'm saying, or bring you down.
No.
You know,
I
but
agree.
you don't, but like you said too, want that yes girl, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, you can be wrong, you know what I mean? And if I'm going in the wrong direction and she doesn't at least, you know, be able to, you know, that she's going to hurt my heart, or then, you know, saying that that's not the right person. That's not the one you want to be with. Somebody that's going to be real honest, for going and truthful about, you know, what you're doing and where you're trying to go, you know, even not just in your career, but in your relationship itself as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Another thing that you were, I mean, that you have on here, man, is ambition, timing. This is something that I basically, ambition, timing. This is something
hit home for you, huh?
growth between. It kind of hit homes, you know what I'm saying? Because I've always end up with someone, timing wise. You know, we always want to be in a relationship. We always be with somebody or whatever. But sometimes the timing is just not right, you know. And you can have a good person; they can be a good person or whatever, but they're, you know, got certain things going on, especially in this dating world right now. Whatever, you know, I run into ones that have kids that's been through the ring. You know what I mean? And then they're still trying in their careers and all that type of stuff or whatever, because somebody, you know, ruined it for them, you know, as far as their family before. And so when you run into somebody that you actually have with, that you come together with, and y'all go out, y'all enjoy each other's company, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the finance or the future, what you got, the timing, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the timing is right. I mean, the timing is off. The timing is very off, whatever, you know. And I've had that where I've had where I was going through something and the timing was off, whatever. Ended up back talking to the person or whatever because I thought I was in a better position. But then now that person is probably not in that much good of a position as well. You know what I'm saying? Recognize that, you know, and so understanding that sometimes, you know, even though you're having a good time with someone or whatever, it could be just temporary. You know, the saying, God have you there for a reason. That could be the case sometimes. You know what I mean? So I think timing is a very important aspect to have, or a very important thing to have when it comes to your relationships. Like I said, Coltrane, my favorite black music of all time. Okay. Who's this Geo? Geo, no one cares. I'm white and I'm not welcome in the ritual. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not welcome in this ritual. Yeah, you are. You welcome. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's basically as long as you understand. You know what I mean? You know, it's amazing. We getting a lot of different comments now from people now that we're kind of monetized. So we're going to get that. So, and even if you got negative, that's fine. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying? If you got something negative to say, we'll address it down to the bottom of it, whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, everybody's welcome to our platform.
Hold on.
Career building versus relationship building. Well, actually, on the timing part, did you have anything on that, Fat Boy?
I will have to cook your boy real quick because he got to be over here. Absolutely, I got a lot, bro.
You going in on it?
I got a lot.
Don't worry about that, dog. We got it.
I think that.
No worry.
Oh no, because I just don't be liking goofy stuff. We don't do goofy.
True.
But I'm gonna leave y'all alone now. But no, yeah, because it's just respecting, and then it's also because that's not and everybody's welcome to our platform. But we do highlight Black culture. We do highlight Black culture just like everyone highlights their culture, right? And so it's not pro-Black, it's not anti anybody else. And I want you guys to understand that. And I know that it's a little hard for you to process. But I think you want me to pick something out of here, or you want me to go on an uneven growth between partners?
No. I was just talking about you between the partners, like basically. And I was more so on the timing in the relationship, timing to be with someone or whatever. Sometimes it's not the right time that person could be, and it's good to stay in contact with that person or whatever if the timing wasn't right. You know what I mean? So that's where I was getting at, Fat Boy.
Yeah. So I do got one. I think that this could really break up a relationship, Phil. I think this.
True.
I think this, if the timing is off, but not just timing though, if the growth between you is different, if you guys have different growth goals, if you don't have the end goal of being in the same place, you guys will spread apart faster than anything else, man. Because you don't have to have the same direct goal, but you have to have the same idea and end goal. Right, whether it's to be a family, build wealth, whatever that is, it has to be at some point synchronized. It has to be on the same path. Now, how each of you get there, that is different, right? But you definitely have to have an idea because you got to know how to help each other. This is kind of something that you were speaking towards, right? If we have uneven growth between each other, I won't really know how to help you, and you won't really know how to help me because we just not on the same page, right? We're not evenly yoked, as they would say, right? We don't understand what makes each other tick, and I think that this could shatter a relationship before anything we've talked about so far, right? This literally will end the relationship because you can grow apart in a matter of months. This is not even one of those things that's a silent killer, Fuel. This is a outright, this in a relationship for real. So I say that to say, be mindful when you are with the partner. This is why communication is so important, right? To always, are we on the same page? Are we growing together? Do we have the same goals, whether that's building a family together, whether that's growing together, like I said earlier? What are our goals? And once again, like we said earlier, do they align? Right? They don't have to go exactly with what I do. Do they align with where I'm going? And then that will help you tremendously in entering a relationship.
Yeah. We apologize for the technical difficulty, y'all.
Crazy today.
Choppy while we're talking, but bear with us. It gets better. You know what I'm saying? Just stay with us. Don't go. And then I can see like the clarity and stuff like that of the videos and stuff like that. It's not looking too clear. But anywho, the other thing was career building versus the relationship building. You know, I'm starting to think, Fat Boy. Especially with what I'm doing and what I've accomplished so far, what I'm doing, it's hard to find someone that's going to be, I don't know, maybe I just like I've said before, I got to get out more. You know what I'm saying? To get on this, to get around with someone that's on the same page that I'm on, when it comes to career building in this industry, you know. And I'm thinking, you know, no matter what your career is, you know what I'm saying, I can be supportive of it, you know, but I think a lot of people misunderstand or don't understand the entertainment aspects of careers, you know, people's career, you know. I feel like a lot of women don't know how well or how strong they are in order lift situation in the, you know, in the relationship, you know, and have that person, you know, building his career or her career, you know, and having their back. I really, yeah, people don't understand that. There's very few people that actually really get it, you know, or the relationship that you see that you know, that builds, that moves on or whatever. Have that problem, you know what I mean, and don't have of jealous or challenges or whatever in the relationship or competing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know, one of the other things in the Ambitious Timing was supporting growth without competition, you know. And sometimes, you know, sometimes I feel like that women think that, well, no, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say the way I was gonna say it. I think that because it has happened where women will support their man and then the man goes off and do some stupid shit. You know what I mean? So don't get me wrong when I say it, but I do think that some women are, how can I say, try to stay away from that, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because of that type of thing or whatever. So supporting growth with competition, sometimes it can be a tricky thing, you know. But, you know, let us know, guys. I mean, we've been doing all the talking here, you know what I'm saying? Let us know in the comments of what you think, you know, about supporting growth without competition or sacrificing goals for love. You know what I mean? What do you think, Fat Boy?
Sacrificing goals for love, or what you, or the first part? I gotta
sacrificing.
Do you? I got a question for that. Yeah, I actually got a question for you for that, and then I'm gonna go in on. Do you think? Because it goes into the career building versus relationship building, and I'm gonna tie both of them together. Do you think that is possible, or do you? Hold on, let me ask you this: do you think a person loves you if they're willing to sacrifice their goals? Ooh, let me close the door. Hold up. Yeah.
Sacrifice their goals.
Yeah.
Do I think they love you if they're willing to sacrifice their goals?
Yeah. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. In some instances, yes, I do. You know what I mean? But making that sacrifice will have to come with, you know, agenda as well. You know what I'm saying? And that is to be able to support their goal as well. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna have to have, you know, they're gonna have some sort of goal or whatever, unless they just don't have one. But if they sacrificing their time and their goals or whatever, so I can get to where I'm trying to get to, you know, then I most definitely have to keep in mind that I have to return that same favor for them, you know, down along the way. You know, whether she, you know, want to go to school for nursing later or be in the, you know, medical field or whatever, or a realtor or whatever the case may be, I have to have that in back of my mind and knowing that, hey, you know, after we get here, then, you know, and that's the communication between the both of us as a couple. All right, when I get this here, then we're going to go there. You know what I'm saying? For you, you know what I'm saying? So that type of thing, you know. Now deciding on whose career is going to go, you know, first is a different thing as well. You know, because she probably want me to sacrifice for her. You know what I mean? As opposed to me sacrificing for, you know, her sacrificing for me. But I'm at a time in my age or whatever too, to where, you know, I've done that. It didn't work too well. You know what I mean? Because
I like
was
that
doing
feeling. You own to something.
Yeah, because I was giving and I wasn't getting. You know what I'm saying? I was giving, but I wasn't getting. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it's a very touchy thing, and you got to definitely be careful. You know, with your conversations and the communication with each other on where you guys are going, career goals, you know what I'm saying? But I think if a woman actually really sacrificed her goals for, I really do believe she loved me, you know, to go through that, to do that, you know.
So advice, because now I'm playing devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing devil's advocate now. So and vice versa, do you not love that woman because you're not willing to sacrifice your goals for her right now?
It's not the fact that I don't love her. It's a timing thing. It goes back to timing. It all goes back to timing. Right?
I see what you did there.
But it's not the fact that I don't love her. The thing is, it's the time. If the time is right, then I can make it happen. But if the time is a little bit off, you know what I'm saying? You know, chance that it might not happen. You know, real quick before you go into this next one, man. I forgot I had this video, and I kind of want to get the audience, the viewers' opinion on this video of this young lady that's talking. Her name, she goes by the name of on her Instagram. So shout out to her. It's called Her African Glow, and this young lady, you know, I mean, she was speaking some truth here. So I mean, let me see what you guys think as well. All right.
I hear a lot of women say, I want a man who leads.
Right.
But the moment he makes a decision, it's questioned.
Mm-hmm.
He is corrected, debated.
Yeah.
It's not partnership. That's not partnership. That's control.
You don't want leadership. You want agreement.
Mm-hmm.
A man can't lead if he has to negotiate his authority every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I hear a lot of women say, I want a man who leads.
Right.
But the moment he makes a decision, it's questioned.
Mm-hmm.
He is corrected, debated.
Yeah.
It's not partnership. That's not partnership. That's control.
You don't want leadership. You want agreement.
Mm-hmm.
A man can't lead if he has to negotiate his authority every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I hear a lot of women.
Okay. What do you think about that? Because,
Absolutely. I think she made a great point about just about.
I don't know if it was based on what we're talking about, but there wasn't which you know, because we were talking about, you know, supporting group, you know, the growth with in love and all this type of thing, whatever, you know. Now her point was to you know, state that, you know, giving him that, you know, that part of sacrifice, basically, that, you know, to letting that person lead or whatever. Now I'm gonna play devil advocate with that, because you, like, there was a young comment on here that said you have to first show evidence that he can lead in the right direction. When decisions they make you iffy, you better ask questions before you allow him to lead. Are you going to lead, or are you going to lead you right, or he's going to lead you right into the river? Y'all both will drown. And that was one of the comments when I read or whatever. It's kind of like, we can't miss that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to miss that, because, you know, even though we're talking about, you know, sacrifice and all this stuff, whatever, and the guy leading or whatever, you know what I mean? Y'all communication has to be on point, to the point where you know that he's not taking you somewhere out of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? And when I say out of your comfort zone, I'm talking about, here, let me go out of this. When I say out of your comfort zone, I'm talking about knowing that say, for instance, for example, if I'm I don't want to, like, down on nobody, but if, say, for instance, if I am a garbage man, right? You know what I'm saying? But that's it. We're not going anywhere else. We're not going further. You know what I'm saying? Our goals, you know what I'm saying? I can be a garbage man, but our goals is to retire and vacation and do this and doing that. But if you don't have that understanding with that person, you know what I mean, then you know you're headed down a spiral. You know what I'm saying? So you do have to be careful on who you sacrifice for and let lead in a relationship. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So I hope that makes sense. I hope I put that together. Makes sense for you guys. You know, what do you feel? Go ahead, dog.
I think that we gotta stop that shit, man. Excuse my language. I think that
What is it?
we make these grandiose statements that don't make no sense, right? And they're cleverly placed. But I can bet you that the person that wrote that comment is not in a relationship, nor are they willing to sacrifice for anybody. Because I'm sick of people speaking about being led as if you will follow a dummy anyway. Right? Because you're so used to running into destruction, you think everybody is going to lead you into destruction. We got to stop that. First of all, I'm not following in anyone that I think is going to lead me to a rut. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if I am following you, if you do make mistakes along the way, I am not going to hold that against you because I know that you have my pure intent. I know that you have my well-being and intent. This is a trust thing. So if you don't trust people, say that then, right? Let's not confuse this with leadership, and let's not confuse this with submission, because if you trust me and I say, don't go through that door, you're not going to go through that door, period. Now, if I told you not to go through that door and it was millions of dollars on the other side of that door, you trust me enough to know that I told you not to go into that door with all that money in there because it could possibly hurt you. You trust me enough for that. So, and I say that to say because in some eyes, oh man, he taught you out of $1 million worth of money. Right, but in a person's eyes of love, you don't know what comes into that room when you walk in there, right? So I think we gotta stop allowing. I don't want to say bitter women, but bitter people to put well-placed words that sound good to manipulate or confuse the way that we think, right? Or to attack what this woman has said. Because essentially, she's the woman that the woman was speaking of, right? She's the woman who always wants to make it a debate on, well, where are you taking me? How we're going to get there? What are we going to do? That is confusion.
Oh, I see where you're going there. Yeah.
That is confusion.
Yeah, and that's one reason why. Yeah, that is one reason why when you have people, you know, watching it. But you know, you have. There's going to be different opinions.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
And you have those. I understand exactly where you're coming from with it as well, though, because, you know, it's kind of like, you know, the lady's on a positive, you know, she's making a positive statement on how, you know, a relationship can grow, basically, you know, by saying, you know, letting him lead or whatever the case may be. You know, her thing wasn't like, you know, they lead you down the hill, you know, lead him, you know what I'm saying? It's not like let any man lead, but the ones that basically that you see
and that you
that
trust
is growing and that you're trusting, yes, you know what I'm saying, and understand that, you know, y'all communication is on point, then, you know, let that man do his thing or whatever, you know, and be supportive of it, you know what I mean? But yeah, of course, if you're not, you know, if you're going, you know, you're going to have a few negative people that sound like, well, lead me to hell, you know what I'm saying, or probably been through that, you know, they might have let somebody lead them to hell, and that's because you didn't have the right education, the right support, or the right information or knowledge, you know, to understand or to recognize that person's leading you to hell, you know what I mean? And you just took that chance or whatever, and, you know, jumped the gun, and then that's where y'all ended up. So now you bitter about, you know, when somebody say something about a man that, you know, having a man lead, you know what I mean? So with all that said, you know what I mean, it's kind of like, unless you basically understand the person that you're with, or that you should be able to detect as a grown person to know if somebody's leading you in a bad way or not.
Period. I'm over it. I'm with you, Fuel. Like I'm over. I'm over the Instagram cliche remarks. Like that doesn't. What it does, especially in our community. Excuse me, everybody. This is a black thing. I was playing, but in our community, especially, it's another thing that pins black women against black men, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of a sister trying to hold her sisters accountable, but also setting a standard. But then a woman who ain't on that type of time diminishing her growth and her values and her core values and her moral compass. Just because you some idiot leads you down the wrong way don't mean that this sister wasn't confident and trust the man that she let lead her. Right? Just because you trusted in a fool don't mean everybody else is going to trust in a fool. And you can ask a million questions and I can answer them right, and don't mean I'm going to lead you down the right way. I'm sick of all of the foolishness, right? I'm sick of all of the fake questions. I'm sick of all of you trying to be Dr. Phil when really you need to heal yourself. It goes back to what I was saying, because when you're dating, when you still becoming, you need to get rid of all of that stuff, all of the negative connotations, all of the trauma, the setbacks, right? The self-doubt. You need to get rid of all of that.
Right.
People like that don't even need to be dating, because they enter into the dating pool and they infect it, because they already they're bringing unpure mindset to a pure world, right? Because there is still pure love out there. But if you let people speak, and this is men and women, right? When you let them people speak, it'll let you think that you can't date them while you're still becoming. You someone.
Or that there's no one out there. Exactly. Yeah.
Or there's no one out there.
True.
Or me allowing someone to lead without proving to me I'm an idiot, right? That could ruin my relationship before it even gets started, right? Because what I've learned as a leader, right? I make mistakes. I have to go back and say, you know what, Sky? Dad was wrong for that. I could have did X, Y, and Z. So you cannot say that. And when you're still, as we go on, we stay on our same topic, right? When you're dating and still becoming, right? You need to allow your partner the room for failure. No one is perfect, and no one is going to get everything right. Period.
Right.
And I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. I'm off of it.
That's real shit right there, dog. And basically, you almost covered it. The rest of the week even talked about emotion maturity over perfection and shared growth mindset. You know what I'm saying? Basically, that's basically what we covered. You know, talking about those things, whatever that we need in order to have a longer lasting relationship or a mature relationship. You know what I'm saying? And supportive of each other in a relationship. You know, I like talking about these relationship stuff sometimes. You know what I mean? Because I have. I've been through it, man.
Man, come on, man.
You know, and at our age, and at my age, I'm thinking like, you know, it's kind of like you have to know, you know, and she has to know what she really wants, you know, and be able to verbally, you know, talk about those things that they really want to see if it aligns with what I want. You know what I mean? And if it doesn't align or whatever, we still good. We still cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to hate you. I don't have to, you know, I can still be your friend. I can still be good or whatever. But if it doesn't align, you know what I mean? Then don't waste each other's time, you know, because because if you're not willing to sacrifice and I'm not willing to sacrifice whatever it is that we're trying to do, you know what I mean? Because it's going to take some sacrifice at our age or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Say, for instance, if you've been married and you have a kid, you know what I'm saying, that's living with you and you know, you want a man in the house or whatever, and you know, that takes sacrifice for me. You know what I'm saying? I have to be, okay, I got to be the man or whatever, you know, we got to be along, you know, be able to get along with the kid and all that type of stuff, whatever. That's a sacrifice, you know. But if you know that me and you are not really that, good, and we're not on the same page or whatever, then let's not waste each other's time. You know what I'm saying? So that type of thing, that's an example, guys. Sometimes I gotta give examples. I'm not talking about myself. A lot of people think I'm always talking about myself, but I'm not talking about me. I'm just using examples. You know what I mean? But let us know. Is it good? Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing, you guys? Let us know. We ain't seen nothing in the comments in a second. Talk to us. Talk to us. Let me see. Coltrane. Where did motorcycle come from? That you?
That's on me. I swear to you, every time this one was Central turned into a whole.
It don't do nothing exactly.
Block party. Literally, as soon as we get out of there, won't be a noise going, bro. I swear to you.
Right.
I swear to you, bro. Every time.
So it might be a little choppy on my side too, as far as this, videos going. It's a little choppy on my side, I think. It might be me today. Forgive us. All right, man. Well, I mean, that it. We good with dating when still coming?
Listen, the key to this is, I'm just I'll put a button on it. The key to this is you can do anything you put your mind to. So yes, you can date while you're becoming. I just think that it's going to take extra effort on both ends because you have to meet each other in the middle as our imperfect specimens. So if you're willing to go through the sacrifice and grow through the challenges and adversity to grow a sustainable and a maintainable relationship, I think anybody can do it. However, you just have to be honest with yourself and where you are and where you are in your life at that time. And do you have the emotional capacity to do what is asked of you? That's it.
Right. And for the footnote, you said, are you becoming a person you're asking? And are you dating from clarity or from loneliness? And a lot of us do that. A lot of us date for loneliness as opposed to clarity because, we don't want to be alone. We just kind of want to go out. We just want to kick it. We probably just want to have sex. So we dating just for that. You know what I mean? And then when it comes to the real seriousness of it, then everybody's, on a whole different page. You find out a whole different thing or whatever. So you got to ask yourself that question. Are you dating for clarity or for loneliness? You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't want to be lonely. You know what I mean? All right, that's gonna get it for that, man. But we got to dear brothers and sisters. It's more of a story, and I'm gonna read it to you guys. You guys give us, you viewers out there. I hope it ain't too choppy or whatever. You can hear what I'm saying, and let me know what you guys think. So, dear brothers and sisters, you guys, here we go. Let me find it first. This person wrote this to me the other day. This is gonna trip you out, fat boy. You're gonna get a kick out of this one. Said, fuel. Wow. I was just in of those social meetings. Just a meeting where people tap into discuss different topics in there, and he was really talking. He's talking about how dating different now than years before. He was discussing money and how sometimes when the table would consider money the most important factor. He was articulate and made sense. At one point, I commented, "Great story." And female kind of showed they didn't like, and when he went on basically saying character should be equally important things to be more real, not based on social standards. For room went silent, and the room went silent. I was about to comment again because the host hadn't put me on the stage to talk. I am sure it was due to colorism, which was shocking, but also a reality check that this type of mentality still exists. Unity. Mic on because I'm named in after me and all were a certain skin tone, and the women immediately put them on. She put my photo up by all of them for 1 second and quickly took it off. But anyway, they didn't like what the man was saying, even though he was speaking truth. So one of them started talking and and pretty much made fun of him by saying that she was thinking about her pizza rolls. Then she just completely alone with the rest of the women, completely disregard his statement. Then he said that he had to take a phone call, and those women started laughing at him and talking bad about him. I was again shocked. Mentality of the women, disrespectful. Did you get that, or was I choppy?
Yeah, I got it. It was a little choppy, but I got it. There's a lot in there. It was a lot. It was some colorism in there.
Yeah, it was long.
It was I've been seeing this a lot though. Women do not sorry ladies, but women do not like other women to hold them accountable. Period.
Mm-hmm.
They hate to hear it, they hate to see it. They just hate to see it. They don't want anyone to combat the farce that they've been living, which I understand, right? If someone comes and say, "Hey, they giving away food over there," the line gonna get long. So you get what I'm saying? So I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Women don't want the line to get long, and let me give you what I mean by that analogy. They don't want to where now they're expected to have another level of accountability. So anytime they see a woman has accountability, she'll pick me, something wrong with her. This guy and the man, he's sassy for holding them accountable, because that's all projection of responsibility or accountability. I don't want to take the accountability, so I'm going to start name calling. I don't want to open up, and I don't want to receive what you're saying, so I'm going to start to undermine what you're saying. But I can bet you the world is being, I'm trying to say this the nice way, but I can't. The world is being manipulated by a lot of bitter women and men, but the women who are pushing the narrative, there are a lot of bitter women who have never been with a good man in their lives. So they're speaking out of a lot of hate and confusion. And the only thing that they can get from men is money. And so they feel that the only value that a man has is money. But that's because they've never been around a real man. And because a lot of men hold their value.
Not understand it, you know.
Exactly.
You know?
And
a lot of people don't
also,
you know.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say,
I know we got a delay, y'all, so that's why we got
I was saying, man, so
it's not you, Fat
we
Boy.
perpetuate that. We perpetuate that, bro. You know, I got more money than him, so I'm more of a man than him, and that's we do it too, right? Men are the So when you hear another man who speaks on his emotion, who articulates himself and holds them accountable and don't throw money at them, they think he's sassy. Because the other men that don't care about their emotions and by their own emotions, let me show you what I just did. The other men who don't care about the woman's emotions and then in the same time suppress their own emotions, all they have is money to throw at the situation. Because he cannot articulate and communicate how he properly feels. He can't tell you that he thinks that you're a gold digger and you only want him for his money. He can't articulate that without sounding insane or cruel, right? And so a lot of the times, the people who are dictating society are the people who aren't healed. A lot of people who set the standards for society are the people who haven't been through anything or who have been through things that they have not healed from. So they're holding everybody responsible for what they have witnessed or what they have been through. And if we all did that in this world, it would be pure chaos. Because best believe men and women alike have dealt with a terrible version of the opposite sex. Right? We're not gonna play the women the worst, men the worst. We've all dealt with people of the opposite sex that were just terrible. right? But I can't blame that on every woman. Vice versa, you can't blame that on men. And this is it. We have to stop. Go ahead.
Yeah. A text from Marquita. What's up, Marquita? You should be on the daggone live. I don't know
Hey,
why
Marquita.
you hit me in the chat, which is fine. She said, not true. Some women use me. She said for money. Some women use me for money, but men do the same thing. True, that is true. In a relationship, it's supposed to be equal, 90-10. It's called a user. On both ends, and yes, he can what did she say? Oh, on both ends, and yes, he's scared to speak his mind when it comes to his money. I don't know if I got that last part right. On both ends. I guess you're just saying on both ends, and yes, just scared his mind when it comes to money. Well, and this is a women don't want to hear the truth. I'm not talking about all, because it does happen in both ways. We're not women bashers. It happens both ways. You know, it goes both ways. Because you do have the users, you know what I'm saying? And then you have the abusers and all that type of stuff. Whatever. So just so you know what I mean, and I do get your point as from your text as well. You know, so we're not. You know, I'm just basically I got the dear brothers and sisters for, and that was what was of what she thought, that they don't want to hear the truth because this guy was, you know, spitting facts, you know what I'm saying, and not understanding, like, you know, everybody want to hear and listen when it comes to the money, but don't nobody want to play when we're talking about characteristics, you know what I'm saying, people's character, you know what I mean, and sometimes you don't have to be a millionaire, you know, to have good, you know, have good character, you know, and you can be broke and have good character or whatever, and you can still be living happy because, you know, you're not going through the BS or whatever. So, you know, that's where that come from. That's where that come from, you know. But there was a dear brother, guys. Thanks for commenting too, Marquita. But yeah,
I appreciate you.
If you guys,
I kind of want to touch on something that you said, though, Phil. Yeah, I want to touch on something, and we out of here. We gotta also, Marquita, it ain't always 50-50, right? That's another thing that sometimes it is 90-10, right? Sometimes it is 80-20. Sometimes it's 70-30. Sometimes it's 65, 35, right? I think that we if it's more than that all the time, if it's often that it's unstable or it's unbalanced, then that's something to talk about. But we have to stop with the 60-20 because sometimes it ain't all the way, right? It's never 100%. Sometimes you don't have 100%. Sometimes you got 15%, and you will be pissed off if your partner say, "Oh, you coming in here with that 15%." That's all you got today. Right. And I think that we got to stop financially, mentally, emotionally. We kind of got to stop with the social media jargon when it comes to relationship. We have to be authentic to what's good for our relationship. And that's period. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah. Well said. Yeah. Well said. Well said. Yeah, man. That's you said it. You said it. You said it. That's what's up. That's what's up. Sisters. You got the email down there. Firedustin@gmail.com. Firedustin@gmail.com. We'll get it. Marquita, if you got something to put in with dear brother and sister, hit us up. Hit us up. All right. And we'll read it. And if you got like a little story, that was a little short story she just sent me or whatever. So but make sure it's real legible. I was kind of choppy on it because, you know, texting sometimes writing a real letter. So anyway, if you guys got one in a recording for a minute or two that you guys want us to play on the show, let us know. Let us know. I know I took your line right there, but
no, that's it. No, that's good. No, each and every one of y'all, I love y'all, man. All of everybody who taps in with us, even the people who came in and shook it up a little bit, man. We appreciate y'all for stopping in and creating some conversations and giving me a chance to enlighten you. But no,
it's been coming in here.
Yeah, it's rare. It's rare. But no, man. I love each and every one of y'all. See y'all next week with another History and Blackness. And y'all have a blessed week, man. I love each and every one of y'all. Of course, my co-host, man. Next week, man. We'll see y'all next week for sure.
Yeah. We're gonna bring some fire next week, baby. They're gonna bring that fire. And
if they talk about you behind your back,
they behind you for a reason.
They behind you for a reason. Peace. Love y'all.